Hi guys, it's Sherry. Today we are going to be making a brooch. So I figured since it's the month of March, why not make a beautiful brooch to go with our outfits? So the first thing I did was I rolled my clay out to the thickest setting. The next thing I want to do is take a detailed roller and just get some beautiful designs into that piece. So just roll your roller right over your piece. And then take your cutter. I have a little, I'll go around it. Take your cutter. Now, I'll let you know, Debbie, this is where I got, from Aussie Craft Cutters, this is where I got the actual cutter. She has different sizes, so you don't have to have one this big if you don't want. I just really wanted one that was large for my outfit since it is a brooch. I thought it would be a beautiful little detailed piece. Okay. I'm going to set that on my tile. Reposition it again since I kind of got it out of whack. Now, right here is the buckle. You can see it on here, but what I want to do is I really want to highlight that buckle. So what I am going to do is I am actually going to put some glitter there. But before I do that, I want to take my Inca Gold and I want to highlight those areas that I just did. So I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger and just go right over my piece. Now I am going green, so it's not going to be so popping out of your eyes type of thing, but once it's baked, you'll see a difference in it. So I hope you can see the difference on that. So you can really see the details with the Inca Gold. Once it's dry to touch, okay, then I'm going to get my washi tape and I am going to cover up the areas where my buckle is. And I'm going to outline it just so I get only those areas. Next, I'm going to get some of my oven baked clay adhesive. And I am just going to put a thin coat right on top of it. Now, the reason I have to do the oven baked clay adhesive is because now that I have the Inca Gold on, my clay is no longer going to be sticky. Put that down a little bit. Then I'm going to grab my black glitter. Put a little bit on there. Spread that on there. And then brush it off in my garbage can. All right, so basically to brush it off, I just use a little makeup brush. And then I just pull off my tape. And you have this beautiful area that just has the buckle with the black glitter. Next, I'm going to get some gold clay. Let me roll this out. And I'm going to cut my square out, and that'll be for the buckle on my hat. And as you can see, it has like a little area that's notched out. So I'm going to do that myself. Just notch out the area. And just smooth out my edges. Make sure everything looks good and clean. And And then just put a little dot on the back. And then we'll stick that right on here. And we have this beautiful little buckle. So very easy and simple. I love those types of projects. They always look like they're so detailed, yet they are super, super simple to do. I'm going to roll my green clay out one more time. This is on the middle section of my pasta machine. And then I'm going to get a heart cutter and cut out 4 hearts. And I'm going to build my 4-leaf clover right on my tile here. And I'm going to add some glitter to my 4-leaf clover. And this one is like a green and yellow. It's beautiful. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous glitter. So grab that. Knock off the extra. And then what I like to do is just kind of take the bottom of my X-Acto knife and push that in a bit. And I am going to add my adhesive right to that. And then I'm going to push my piece in. And then I want this one over here. So I'm going to lay that adhesive right on here. Rub it around. Pull my piece up and then lay that right on top. And then once again, push that down. Make sure everything is sticking nicely. And look how pretty that looks. So very simple and easy, beautiful. So now I'm going to place this in my oven. I'll bake it. And then when it's cooled off, we'll put the back on and finish up any details that we want to add to it, okay? All right, guys, so my piece is out of the oven. The first thing I want to do is pop this out. And the reason I want to do that is because with it being metal, my glue is not going to hold that completely. But what I am going to end up doing is putting some super glue there. But I have this beautiful indent now and we're good. So the next thing you want to do, here, let me show you first. So that's how it's going to look on the front so far. And next we're going to get our black clay. I have this rolled out to the 4th thickest center on my pasta machine. So what I want to do is texture the back. So I'm just going to run my roller right over this. Okay, and then I want to take my rolling pin and go right over. There we go. And then I will cut out my hat. When you keep it thinner, you will not get the detail of the buckle. You'll just get the outline of the hat. And that's what we want. And I actually need a little bit more of that. And get my pin. And I am going to take my clay adhesive and I'm going to put it all over the back of this. And you want to make sure that the entire piece has clay adhesive on it. This way, you know that your clay will stick to it nicely. And then I'll set that on there and line everything up. And it's very simple. Just press everything right into position so it all lines up real nice. All right. Next, I'm going to take my clay and I'm just going to kind of figure out how much of this that I need for my pen here. So get a nice straight line. And that's what I will need. I'm going to run this through my pasta machine one more time because I'm going to have to roll this out to do my edging because I want to make sure I have a really nice edge. Okay, so first I want to texture the back of this like I did the other one. And you want a nice long strip. This way you can hopefully do it all in one shot. Now, I can see my clay is going to stick to this roller right now because my clay is super soft from running it through the pasta machine over and over. So what I am going to do is get some baby powder. And I'm going to put the baby powder right over my clay, and that'll prevent my roller from sticking. So that's a nice little trick that you can do. All right. And then let's lift that up and try to get a nice straight cut if possible. And it doesn't have to be 100% perfect, guys. Just try to get it as straight as you can. And we'll start with that. And then take your clay adhesive, go over your sides. That way your clay has something to stick to. All right. And then let's start putting this on. When you get to your edge, like this little insert here, or little insert, yeah, this little section here, take a silicone tool and just press that in there. And that will position it and get it nice and tight in there for you. And don't worry if your clay moves a little bit. That happens. We will readjust as we go. And you can see what I'm doing is I'm kind of like pinching this to get it where I want it to go. Push that in that corner. Get it right in there. And trim it up. All right, so now what I want to do is just start working around the whole piece and kind of blend those edges to fit nicely. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my silicone tool here and I'm just going to smooth out these little edges that look rough. And I'm not going to go crazy with it, but I just want to make it look nice and smooth. That way the piece flows nicely. And then you have that beautiful, oh, excuse me. And then your back looks absolutely beautiful. So lastly, what we want to do is take our pin and put it exactly where we want it. I'm going to go right in the center here. I'm going to put a little bit of my clay adhesive on the back. I'm going to put it right on the pin as well. That way it kind of sinks into the middle there. And then put my clay over this area. And then take my silicone tool and start pressing it down on the edge. The next thing you want to do is make sure before you bake it, you close your pin. And the reason I say that is because there's a little notch here, so a little piece of metal. If that doesn't have an area to go, you're never going to close it once it's baked. So you want to make sure that you bake your piece while it's closed. And I'm going to take this glitter off that I got on here, because now there's going to be glitter all over everything. I have too much clay here. All right, so then I will place this back in my oven and I'll bake for the full amount of time. It's out of the oven, it's cooled off. I absolutely love how this is coming out. So the last thing I want to do is glue my pendant in, or my little stone, I should say. So I'm just going to get super glue. You don't need a lot, just put a little dot. And just fit it right back into where it was. Hold it in place for about 30 seconds. And then I am going to put UV resin on mine. I'm not going to do the back. I love the way the back looks, so I'm very happy with that. But I need to protect my paint and my glitter. So I'm just going to kind of put these up here to make sure everything is leveled. And then I have my UV resin right in a nail polish bottle. It just makes it much simpler sometimes just to brush it on that way. But this will give my piece a beautiful shine. And I am going to avoid the edge here because I just want my green to be shiny. And it's going to be a thin layer. No need to put it on thick. All right, now place that under your UV light. And here we go, it's completed. So I hope that you guys enjoyed creating this piece with me. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time. Bye.